What's up, guys? It's your homeboy Cowboy Crunk coming to you from Manama, Bahrain. Yes, it's your war daddy. I'm out here on the beach. Thought I'd do a little bit different than I've been doing it. You know, change up the scenery a little bit. I usually hit softballs about every 2 days. We're shut down right now, but the league should be starting up again. I wanted to say thank you to all the people out there, you know, following the channel from Mention in Bahrain. They've been here before. This base been here. It's kind of a diamond in the lost, I guess you could say, because a lot of people know about it. Just not a lot of people have been here. It's pretty much a Navy base. Really like it here. Me and the wife are enjoying it. Today's conversation is going to be about what we need to do to fix the situation in the red zone. The last couple years, I do think it was coaching. I think the directive of the coaches, of the, you know, especially the head coach, I think it constricted our ability to get the ball in the red zone. I think we were too flat. I think we were too...
What's up, guys? I hope you liked that little first part of the video. I apologize. The camera was a little offset. I didn't have much time to set that up. But just wanted to say hello to some of the people that had comment. You guys know I watch the comment section really heavily, and I try to comment to everything I see on there for the most part. Right now I'm getting to about 90% of them, so I appreciate the comments. But I had a lot of comments from Bahrain, so I wanted to get to those and say hello. Jumping into this red zone thing, I want to get straight to it. Don't want to waste any time because this is a big part of our team that we're having issues with. We've had issues for the last couple of years, and that's one of the reasons Jason Garrett is not here anymore. He was not one of those coaches that use analytics. He would use statistics, but analytics is combining statistics together to get a format to make your team better or to attack another team. So it's using statistics, but it's combining them, putting together scientifically and numerically combining statistics of a like area or even in a dislike area, areas that they don't really relate, but looking at the statistics to take advantage of your opponent. We weren't doing that, and that's why it was obvious at the end of the season. By the time coaches have more material on us, they're using analytics and we're not. We were falling off at the end of the season, and we were falling off in playoff games. That was huge. We were falling off in playoff games, and we weren't being better in the second half as well. That's a big thing you can do. You can combine quick analytics in the first half and come out and be more successful in the second half. Teams were doing that against us as well, and we were forced into passing situations where we had quite a few games where we performed much better in the second half, but it wasn't because we were using analytics. It was because we had to, and we were forced into doing things that our analytics showed us we should have been doing before. So there was things in the passing game we should have been doing earlier in the season or earlier in the game. We weren't doing them, and then when we got behind, we started doing things that worked. Analytically, you take that and you look at it and you start to improve in those areas, and you use those at the beginning of the game versus only at the end, and that's how that works. And it's something Jason Garrett was not keen on. He was more old school. He was like, we're going to just practice harder than you. We're going to do what we do. We're gonna do what we want to do. We're going to make our players do what we want to do instead of using analytics to see where your players are, where their highlighted areas are, and make plays that represent your players or put your players in a better position, not make your players follow the position that you want them to go within a play, if that makes sense. So moving on, some of the things that are analytically has been shown. One of the reasons Dak is a great quarterback is because he's an outstanding leader, and he protects the ball well. He really takes care of the ball, especially in the red zone. That's what this is all about, is we've got to change our red zone dynamics. We've got to be more aggressive. We can't just pound Ezekiel Elliott with the rock. It's not working for us. Teams know we're doing it. They go from 8 men in a box to 8 in a box, and with the safety even cheating up on that side, or the slot receiver even cheating up, or the slot defender, cheating up, and we just don't throw the ball. We've thrown the ball actually inside the 5-yard line. Dak has had inside the 3-yard line. Dak has had 8 pass attempts. 8 pass attempts inside the 3. That's it. That's the lowest in the NFL, and he has 7 touchdowns on those 8 pass attempts inside the 3-yard line in 4 seasons. So that's two passes inside the 3-yard line per season. on average, and he's very successful inside the 5 passing the ball. We just don't do it very well. That's actually inside the 3. Inside the 5, I didn't have time to collect those stats. They were kind of too spread out. But the playbook does get smaller. The windows get smaller inside the 20, so Dak has to be more accurate, and we've got to become more deceptive. Even though we may be running the same play that we ran earlier, we've got to put some guys in motion, or maybe line it up in a different formation and then shift back to that formation right before the snap. Those are the kind of things Mike McCarthy will probably bring into this team. You guys see how deceptive he's already been. No one knows anything about the Cowboys, and that's one of the things that usually is leaked out early, because we have so much media followage and media coverage that a lot of things get out early on us, and I think that's a lot of times hurt us early in the season. Or throughout the season period, we go through that. If you go to look right now, I haven't been able to find anything on the Rams at all, so I started looking at other teams. There's not a lot out there on anybody, unless you find a YouTuber that's putting out really consistent, organized, gathered information from that team. But there's just not a lot of stuff that the media is putting out. There's not a lot of media coverage on some of the other teams, is what it boils down to. We have to use our dual threat. We have to use the dual threat in the end zone or in the red zone. And by saying that, I mean we've got to show run and pass. We've got to show pass and run. We've got to be deceptive, like I was saying. But the dual threat, we have to use it. We have to pound Zeke at times, but we have to just do it in a different way than we've been doing before. Not showing our cards, letting the defense see what we're going to do, running on first down. We've been too predictable, especially in the red zone, and that's why we've been one of the top offenses in the league, and still one of the lower scoring, mid-range in scoring, because we're so horrible in the red zone. One thing I can say is Dak over the last 3 years is the second highest rated passer on touchdowns over 20 yards, only behind Patrick Mahomes. So there are some things we're doing well, and we need to do those things more. That's what analytics will teach us, and that's what Mike McCarthy, I think, is going to bring to the playbook, as well to the dynamics of the offense. Another thing I really perceive as something we need to open up is let Dak make his own plays or own calls at the line of scrimmage, inside the red zone in particular, especially inside the 5, because he takes very good care of the ball. He's had 56 touchdowns inside the red zone throughout his career, and only 3 interceptions inside the red zone. That's an outstanding interception to touchdown ratio. One of the better in the league, probably, if not the best. I didn't see the stat on that, but there's not very many players that could be better than that. We know Dak takes care of the ball inside the red zone, outside the red zone, in practice, everywhere. That's his key philosophy, is taking care of the ball. And of course, he got that. That was something his mother really worked on him when she was around to be there for his high school and early college days. Also, like I said before, inside the 3-yard line, the guy's 8 pass attempts and 7 touchdowns. 8 pass attempts and 7 touchdowns inside the 3-yard line. That's phenomenal. You can't get much better than that, and that 100% has to do with play action and the fear that Zeke is going to pound the ball in there. So we've got to pound it in there enough to where we keep that fear on the defense, but we've got to open up this offense and pass the ball a little bit more in the red zone. We need Michael Gallup to be that guy that can run the fade route to the corner. We should have CeeDee Lamb in the slot. If the guys on the edge, CeeDee Lamb and Michael Cooper, can be a little more productive on the edge, it's going to open up the middle for these tight ends and for CeeDee Lamb to be more productive in the middle and back of the end zones, because that's what pulls those safeties to the corner. It leaves the back of the end zones open for your tight end and for your slot receiver to get back there, like we used to see Cole Beasley be so good at times. Other than that, guys, it's the red zone. That's where we got to improve. I do expect us to pound the ball this weekend. only because it's early in the season and we just don't have that continuity between Dak and the receivers as of yet. Most likely we could see it because, like I said, I think they're going to get good separation, which gives Dak a better opportunity and a bigger target. The bigger the separation, the bigger the target, so that helps Dak a lot. So we should be good with the passing game. We'll see, but we've got to pound this ball, and we've got to protect Dak. The offensive line, with Lyle Collins down, most likely it's going to be Brandon Knight starting, even though I don't think they have him on the final roster as starting, but most likely I think he'll get most of the snaps. We've got to protect Dak. We've got to run some plays that protect him and get the pocket moving and stuff like that. So other than that, to sum up the video, hit the analytics, Mike McCarthy, do your thing. That's what we brought you here for. Keep things running smooth as they have. Keep that locker room straight. We know Dak's going to lead us. You know, those guys will follow Dak into a burning volcano. I say it every year. Dak's probably a top 7 quarterback, but once you put everything together, I have him as a top 5 football player. I think he's a top 5 football player in this whole league once you put everything together, even though he's probably 6th or 7th on the quarterback list. Once you put everything together, the package, the complete package of a football player, a leader, a locker room guy, somebody the coach wants, somebody that will take over a city, and you guys want in Dallas, that's where we want him in Dallas. That raises his level tremendously, and that's why I'm on the Dak train. I have been from the beginning, even though I said I didn't think he would sign this year. That's part of this channel. I'm not thinking here. I'm thinking here. I was not saying I was against Dak getting signed. What I was saying was I just didn't think that it was the right time. I didn't think things were going to go down, especially after they got Andy Dalton. I thought they were going to try to push Dak's price down so that they could keep some of these other guys around, and they're going to do that still. They're still going to do that. So we'll see where that goes, guys. Let's get this first game in the books, and that allows us to get our analytics stacked up on our offense and defense, on what the Cowboys are capable of doing. And this secondary is a big question. Go get Earl Thomas Monday or Tuesday morning. We'll see how that goes, guys. Take care.
What's up, guys? Just wanted to jump in real quick, show you my end of my workout. We're going into this red zone talk here in just a minute. But real quick, man, if you're at home, you're on COVID, don't get yourself locked down. Don't go through this depression that a lot of people are going through. You know, we just heard Dak talk about it and stuff with his family. But check this out. I spent $150, I think, on this. I don't know if you can see this. I got these are resistance bands. I got a whole resistance band gym set up here. I'm trying to see if you guys can see that. I don't know. It is kind of dark out here. I might not even be able to put this in the video. But I can do about 30 or 40 exercises from here. I got legs right there. I do legs with those bands. Those I do shoulders with. Get your workout on, guys. Stay in shape. Stay healthy. Stay mentally healthy. And stay on your game. Here we go. Going into the red zone video right here with Cowboy Crump. Peace.